Hey guys, what is up? This is Pixie StarCraft, bringing you another game on his YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. Definitely not going to talk in the third person for this cast, that'd be weird. Hey, speaking of third person, did you catch Game of Thrones? If any of you guys are watching Game of Thrones, my favorite character by far is Jaqen, and he's basically this assassin that talks in the third person. He'll refer to himself as like he's thirsty, so he says, "Ooh, a man must have a drink," or something of that nature. But let's leave Game of Thrones aside. I'll come back to it later, guys. I have to talk about the StarCraft action that's happening between MVPs DongRaeGu and MarineKingPrime. Two fantastic players, some of the best in the world. Of course, they are Korean. MarineKingPrime is a fantastic Terran player for the Team Prime. He has, well, actually, let's talk about this tournament that they're in. This is for the MLG Winter Arena. This took place in, I believe, January, an invite-only tournament, I also believe, although you might be able to get seeded in if you, play well enough. Pretty much what happens is some of the best in the world get invited by MLG to head on down to their offices in New York and just duke it out. If you've been following the esports scene, you know that MLG is pretty famous for putting on these massive tournaments in, Anaheim, Columbus. They're just absolutely huge. They include, Halo, Call of Duty, League of Legends, and of course StarCraft. But this is a smaller scale type of tournament, and in it, it really gives the players a chance to test their mettle, and some of these players are the best in the world. MarineKingPrime and DongRaeGu in both massive tournaments, I believe it was MLG Columbus, it might be, and in these arenas, have been facing off each other 3 times in a row. MarineKingPrime's taken it twice, and DongRaeGu's only taken it once, but you know what? They're still fantastic. DongRaeGu is potentially one of the best Zergs in the world right now. He hasn't been winning as much recently, besides that one sort of arena that he did indeed win. MarineKingPrime, definitely one of the best Terrans in the world. As he also did go ahead and take the GSL at IPL4. Now, a lot of the stuff is pretty old news, 2 to 3 months old, so you probably know, and you're probably like, okay, Pixie, can we go back and talk about Game of Thrones, please? And you know what? We can, because the season finale was like 3 days ago. It was on Sunday. I'm casting this on Monday, or Tuesday, I think. I don't know what day it is. I'm gonna be straight up, guys. But dude, that season finale was awesome. It was the best. Guys, you have to watch Game of Thrones. It's seriously a great show. But we're seeing double gas now being added on. Both players went for some sort of command center first opening. Or DongRaeGu went for 15 hatch. MarineKingPrime went right for command center first. He is completely confident in his skills to hold off any early pressure. And this is game 1 of the series, so I don't know how, common it is for DongRaeGu to 6-pool. Although it happens, Nesty 6-pool Idra in the GSL. It's pretty funny. Idra's probably really mad. No, did he 6-pool Idra, or did he 6-pool someone else? I actually can't remember, but we're seeing standard play come out of both players. Gas is now going down. Factory going down. Wow, going right up to Factory. 1 racks all the way up to Factory. Adding on the Reactor. We are seeing the more than likely going to be Reactored Hellions. Extremely standard. You're going to see Reactored Hellions pretty much whenever. There's a Queen Snow pop-off for DongRaeGu, which reminds me to talk about, guys. This game actually happened before the Queen buff. This happened in January, so, months and months before the Queen buff happened. Only almost half a year. It's pretty crazy. So, the Queens are going to be doing their standard ground attack. They only have 4 range, as opposed to the 5 that they've got buffed to. Whoopsies. Marine now standing guard, so he is going to get up here and be like, okay, so he did go command center first. He's going to see what's up. But the Hellions are going to be out on the field now, as soon as he lands everything. So he's going right up to Tech Lab, going to be getting those upgrades. Getting those extra queens out, not only for the creep, which is very, very important now, especially when you're dealing in Terran vs. Zerg, which is one of my favorite matchups. I myself, I'm a Protoss player, but it is, always cool to see these other 2 matchups. I think I like, Terran vs. Zerg mostly because it's the other 2 matchups. I mean, Protoss isn't involved at all, but also, it isn't a mirror matchup, so it's actually just quite interesting to watch, seeing how the other 2 races sort of interact with each other outside of the race that I'm stuck with every day, because I try to, play quite a hefty few ladder games. DongRaeGu being a smart little cookie, sending this Zergling over here to hide from the Hellions, so he can go back and reclaim the Watchtower. And as we are seeing a Roachhorn go down, and he decided to attack one of his own Creep Tumors. You know what? That's okay. Hellions going to try to move up here, but there are going to be Queens at the ready. Unburring one of his Spine Crawlers, so it can indeed, do the damage it needs to do. Still mining that gas, too. He's going to be hoping to get some Roaches out. Looks to me like he will be potentially doing a roach bust, as he is getting quite a lot of gas, not quite a few gas. Mining from his 3 geysers right now. MarineKingPrime going right up to a 3rd command center. Wow, being really brazen with only about, how many Hellions on the map? About 6 Hellions, and he's going right up to a whole bunch of command centers. There are enough queens to sort of deal with these Hellions, though, as he's trying to spread them out as best as he can. Make sure that absolutely no creep can be spread across in any way whatsoever. But 10 roaches are about to pop for DongRaeGu, 11 now, so a bust is incoming. DongRaeGu is jumping all the way up to 83 supply. Getting those larva injects off too, and here's the baneling nest. So this will be a baneling bust coming out from DongRaeGu. A roach baneling all in. We'll have to see if it indeed does work, and there are a lot of Hellions out on the map. Roasting that spine crawler, however the spine crawler will be able to root in time, and the Hellions will unfortunately have to get out of there, as MarineKingPrime is demonstrating. Even moving the creep up, but it will actually be forced to cancel on DongRaeGu with that crazy APM. Let's check it out, guys. APM averaging at 300. That's absolutely insane. Almost 100 more things a second. But the roaches do pop off. MarineKingPrime gonna swap these and be like, oh damn, here come the roaches. They're throwing down more supply deals immediately. Siege mode is done, so he will have to siege up to deal with this, as he does so immediately. Roaches scurrying across the map on their little roach legs. Commencing here, just finishing. But I don't think DongRaeGu actually knows about it, so we'll have to see. Banelings morphing! Aw, yeah, here we go, guys. The bust is about to occur. There is a siege tank, though. So we'll have to see how it fares. Roach is moving up the ramp. Going to be targeting on this, but he's going to have to back up immediately. Another siege tank does pop out, though. 18 banelings are morphing. And here they come, guys. The banelings are ready to go. Who's going to fare well in this attack? Let's check it out. The APM skyrockets. I was actually trying to get rid of the UI, but you know what? That works, too. Here come the banelings up the ramp. Siege tank's doing massive amounts of damage, but this one isn't siege, and the roaches are going to do huge amounts of damage. A massive clump of SCVs gets blown up. 14 workers in that one clump right there, guys. So roaches are moving up the ramp. MarineKingPrime has to hold this perfectly, but I don't even know if he can. There are 3 banelings. Massive shots go off. Even more Marines going down, as well as their SCV counterparts, guys. The roaches are doing a massive amount of damage, but this will potentially be cleaned up, or will it? A lot of lings are streaming in. More SCVs being pulled right now. Roaches doing so much. This will not probably be cleaned up, as the roaches will simply do too much DPS. More lings stream in, and DongRaeGu is going to take this game decisively, and there's the GG. Super quick game coming out from both these players immediately, guys. Even making them dance, actually. It says the dance command. DongRaeGu is a silly little goose. But guys, let's jump into game number 2 as soon as possible. I hope to see you there.